Hey guys, this is gonna be super raw, I guess, because I know I haven't posted in a while. I won't even make excuses. I've just been working, I guess, but everything is still going well. But I wanted to tell you guys about this new tool that I started building, which I hope will become like a company. It's three things in one right now, which can make it hard to explain. But if you're a software engineer, you already know about Leetcode, which is essentially like a bunch of problems that you can practice um, in advance of getting hired or looking for a job. But also, companies will give you these problems whenever they're trying to gauge how good you are as a software engineer. What I built is kind of like that, but for the AI era, agentic coding era. So I'm just going to go ahead and sign in. Hopefully, this doesn't show you any of my actual credentials or anything like that. Good. So it's like that, but if you've used Cursor or Claude Code, we're bringing that into the, what is this? Okay. We're bringing that into the challenge or the problem. So you get these problems, um, and then we challenge you to solve them. We give you a time limit, and we also give you like an AI budget. And the person who can solve it the cheapest wins. That's basically it. And we're also giving you a score based on your model selection, your prompt engineering, things like that. So this is how it looks. You're supposed to go, if you're used to Cursor, you kind of know like you can go to AI chat. I'm going to pick the best model. So almost every single open source AI model or coding model is on here. But the better the coding model, the more expensive it is, of course. I'm just going to select this. I'm going to run test first. That's always my kind of tactic. And then I like to copy the test and tell it to fix the failures. And most of the time it can do that. And then this is kind of gauging like how many tokens you've used, how much money you've spent to solve the problem. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. It felt irresponsible to have been working on this but not have posted about it. We have about 30 users, and there's also a B2B part of it as well, which I'm trying to work on and trying to sell. Okay, it didn't solve every single one. If you were a better engineer than me, you could look through the code and figure out why it's not solving the last one. But I'm gonna try this, see if it works. See if GPT OSS 120B can figure it out. Sometimes it can't, and that's why this is an impossible problem. You'll need to actually do some hand holding with the model here. But for most of the other tiers, it can. Also, sometimes it'll just hallucinate and like delete the good code that it wrote and replace it with bad code. But this kind of mimics how AI models function in the real world, so I think it's fine. You can also work from the terminal here if you're used to like a Claude Code setup, like I am. Cool, it did solve it. So then you can submit. There's some hidden test cases as well, which are really coming to bite us in the ass. This is getting kind of boring, so we'll just leave this page for a sec. There's also a hiring portion, just like Leetcode, where you can create assessments from scratch and send them to a candidate, and they can solve it. And you can see the prompts that they used and the way they interact with AI in general, and we'll give you a little report like you should hire this person or not. All right, so this is the part where you would actually go and read the code and figure out why this last test case is failing. If you're watching this, I encourage you to go ahead and try it out. But yeah, that's what I've been building. And then the last thing I want to show you is the IDE portion of it. So I've tried to build like a really good web IDE, where you can use open source models. It's not going to be as good as Claude Code or as good as Cursor, but it's going to be way cheaper. And some of you may know that I live most of the time in Nigeria, which is my country of birth, and I just visit the US. So I think this is going to be a game changer for countries where the currency is not as strong as the dollar, and you can't really pay for Claude Code Max or Cursor Max because that's like someone's salary, which you're just paying for as their monthly subscription. So that's what I'm working on as well. So that's why I said it was three things. The first thing is the Leetcode for the Agentic AI era kind of product. Then there's the hiring product for companies who you're hiring an engineer, but you don't want them to blow up your token spend. You want to know how efficient are they with token spend before you hire them. And then there's the sort of, I'm a dev, I want to use AI to code agentically, but I don't want to spend $100 a month. You know, I want to spend more like $7 a month. That's what this is. So, yeah, curious if you've watched any of my other videos, or if you're curious, just go on here and try this, and then hit me up with feedback. Any feedback is welcome. Oh, comments do not work. That is not good. I mean, they do work, they just don't. Yeah. Yep, this is my email. So hit me up with feedback or bugs or anything like that. Like I said, right now we only have 30 users. I'm hoping to get to maybe 100 or 200, maybe by end of summer. So, and then I'm just testing to see, like, is this something that businesses or people find useful or something that they want? So all feedback is welcome. All right, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.